Welcome back to Middle Ground. I'm John. I host the Radical Empathy podcast, and I'll be moderating today's discussion between fit women and fat women. And a friendly reminder, if you are writing a hate comment, you are part of the problem. Our first prompt is, your physique is in your control. Will the agreeers please step forward?
Hold on, I gotta pause this. Is that way better? That looks way better. Yeah.
She has a question. I have a question.
So what was it?
Discussion between fit women and fat women. And a friendly reminder, if you are writing a hate comment, you are part of the problem. Our first prompt
I disagree, bro.
is, your physique is in your control. Will the agreeers please step forward?
She has a question.
I have a question. When you mean physique, can you specify like what exactly are you trying to?
I think physique is like the shape and size of your body. Why were you hesitating?
Because, you know, there's a lot of different illnesses around. So I have family members that have like thyroids and they can't gain weight or they can't lose weight. But I think that they can manage to stay at a place that's gonna be healthy for them. To me, personally, I do feel like I can be at a better place. I'm working on it, and that's my goal. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think that definitely people have ailments, there's different diseases and all that, but I think at the end of the day, what you can do, the best physical peak for your personal body is in your hands. You may not look like someone you want to look like, your ideal situation, but you can optimize your body to be the highest performance that you think that you can get to.
When I first started working out, I lost 60 pounds, and that included just counting calories. I didn't have to work out as hard. I did the treadmill. I went at an incline, and I just walked the whole time, watching a movie and just walked. I just made healthier choices, and I've been mindful about what I put inside my body.
Like, you put in that effort, right? You made those conscious decisions to walk on the treadmill, count your calories. You were super exact with everything, and that's how both of you guys were able to lose so much weight, right? So your physique is 100% in your control. It's just that nobody wants to put the effort in.
Just so we can invite the disagreeers, that's a great point to bring in the disagreeers. Whoever wants to pick up where we just left off.
So, well, of course, there are aspects that I think you can control.
Wait, how are you gonna disagree with this? That your physique is not. I don't even get how you would disagree with this.
Physique, I think there are more things that are out of your control, like
For example, I don't know what she's about to say, but specifically, like, if you were grown up and your parents just fed you a bunch of like bullshit, to like maybe like you were a loud baby and they didn't want to deal with you, so they gave you food, or like they didn't want to actually go buy good food for you, so they fed you McDonald's and just a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's not your fault, bro. Like, you're a kid. You know what I'm saying? What are you supposed to fucking Gordon Ramsay the kitchen? No. So to a certain extent, like, some people just got really, they got dealt a bad hand. You could do better, but it doesn't mean that you can 100% control your physique, I think.
like, it is so much more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat like crap. If I go to the grocery store and I just want to buy a bunch of frozen meals, that's going to be so much cheaper than me going and buying fresh produce and fresh fruit and everything.
I disagree.
Immediately.
I disagree too.
Why do you disagree?
The prepackaged foods, the frozen ones, way more expensive. I've been on a budget, you know, eternally. I always save money by just going to the grocery store and buying ingredients.
I agree with you on that, but I can go get a frozen meal sometimes for $1.50, $2.
Wait, what is going on? When did this happen? Hey, brother, this was not like this. What the fuck? What is going on? What the fuck? Like, bro, what? Bro, is it because I don't have enough light? Like, what is going on? But Is that better? Like, what the fuck?
Or if I want to cook a whole meal, like depending on what all the ingredients I'm getting, that could be $10.
So you'll get more.
Yes, but still, you have to think from people who have like no money and they're thinking like, oh, I can get.
I've had no money. I've had $12 for a week's amount of food.
I hear both. I think that you definitely, in the short-term mindset, it is cheaper. You go to a fast food restaurant, they have like a $1 menu. I think they've even increased the $1 menu now. So,
like
which
a
is
$2
crazy.
menu.
It's like $2.
Or like, what about people with kids? Like, there's no way you fed your kids at $12. Monday through Sunday, you fed your kid off $12, and that was it. Y'all didn't have no other food in the fridge, nothing. I think she's just trying to prove a point, bro.
$1 menu. So that's valid, I think, but I think it's killing us in the long
Bro,
term.
we might
Like,
have
it's
to
like
watch
that
this video in 1.5 speed, bro.
short dopamine effect, the dopamine where you're like, oh, I just need something right now. I think that's the issue.
I also did want to, just touch on, other than like food costs, like there's also privilege when it comes to like having time to cook stuff.
Definitely,
Like if you work a
100%,
full-time job, if you have kids and stuff, a lot of the time it's just easier. You don't have the time and energy. Like I enjoy cooking, but it's a lot.
Then don't have kids. No. What is she talking about? When you have kids and you just want to get home and you want to chill, you don't really want to make food, so you just order like carry out like Domino's or something. All right, here, kid, have a brownie. What are we talking about, dude? No, you're fucking lazy. She's saying she's lazy without saying she's lazy, bro.
Of work sometimes, and it's much easier for me to just like go through the drive-through. And then also privilege when it comes to like your mental health. When you are depressed, when you're struggling to even like get through the day,
Oh
it can
my
be really hard to have that motivation to eat
God.
well, to move your body and stuff. So for them, when people are
Shut
like, "Oh, why aren't you
up.
working out?" It's like, dude, I can barely even get out of bed. So like, please stop with that.
I just want
Dude, like, who is marrying this girl? Like, dude, I would never, like, want this to be the wife of my kids. My kid's role model. Like, this is, like, what the fuck is that?
I didn't step forward because I have PCOS and I just
You can't even make food for your kids? Why did you have them? Or were they mistakes? You know what I'm saying? Like,
got
what?
diagnosed with it. So with PCOS, it's so much more difficult for me to lose the weight and control what I want my physique to look like. It's just so much harder. It's not impossible, but it is.
We can fix it.
It's something
and you
that
can
can
fix
be
it.
fixed.
PCOS, we can fix
Sorry
it. So.
to cut y'all off, but Brie, I just wanted to hear from you.
The question, like, your body is in your control. I just think it is not 100% in your control. To say it's like black and white, you can change it or you can't, is just crazy. It's just so nuanced. I really like appreciated you bringing up like the food access that you have, the knowledge access, your socioeconomic status. I go to the gym, I sit there, and I'm like, if only everyone
Talking about your knowledge stat. Bro, you have your phone and you can learn whatever you want, bro. What are we talking about?
had access and the free time to do this. I'm sure so many other people would love to do that, but people are struggling. They need to pay their rent. They can't just allot that time. They need to prioritize. And I think that's ultimately what is really sad. Everyone would love to take care of themselves.
Disagree. I'm sorry, I disagree. Like, there's some of us who are on the fit side that don't have that privilege. I wake up at 4 a.m., have a full-time job. I get it done. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I want to be the highest version of myself, the most evolved version, and she has to show up.
But your life allows it.
No,
Your
I
life
make my
does.
life
No,
allow it.
exactly.
I
You
surround
do,
myself
but
with
other
that.
people don't have the possibilities that you
They
have.
do. They just
Not
don't.
everyone.
do.
And I also think there's
You
something
need
to
to
be
be
said
Put the effort in. That's it.
But I also think too, like let's say for example, you're a teenager and you're like 500 pounds.
Yeah,
the work that you need to do to remedy that is ungodly. Like that's really challenging. That's a hard
agree.
thing to do for
I
anybody.
agree.
As opposed to like me, I was really skinny and then I decided, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. I put on my weight. The results are showing. It looks like I'm working super hard. I make these choices like go girl.
Right.
But that is not the same accessibility that someone can make that change for themselves in different circumstances.
Too fucking bad. Too bad. What else do you want me to say? Too bad. You lose it. Work extra hard. I don't know what to tell you, bro. There's people born without legs, bro. There's people born conjoined. There's people born blind or deaf, bro, and you're worried about being fat? But you're breathing, bro. Like, what are we talking about? It is that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it's a problem, but like, you think being skinny, putting on weight is a problem, and then you look at being real big from a teenager to getting skinny. That's a real problem. And then look at the dude that's literally has no legs, can't even walk. Like we all have problems, but like why compare yourself? Just fix your shit, bro. Like what the fuck?
My only caveat is it's hard.
What else are you gonna do? Get fatter? Is this? I feel like this is just basic fucking
for both, but it can be done, is my point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
That's
say
my
that
only
it's hard
point.
for me as someone who's overweight trying to lose that weight. In my opinion.
But do you believe that can be done?
I believe it can be done. I believe it can be done. But I think empathy and compassion for the different circumstances that may stop someone from doing that is necessary. To see
Why do we give empathy? For what? For what? Because it's like,
oh, get off your ass and like do all
No
this,
one said
which you're
that.
not saying, but I'm saying some people, commenters,
Myra's
might be
not in
saying
this
that.
episode.
I'm saying that.
Myra was the word.
There is a spectrum for your body. Our height isn't under our control, our fat distribution, our bone density, our muscle density, our metabolism. These are all things that make up who we are. But in
It's not true. You can actually like retrain your metabolism. Actually, it's like I think she's yapping, unless she's onto some shit or I don't know.
that spectrum of health, absolutely, we can change who we are with what we got, right?
And then we'll stop right there and move on to the next. Body positivity can promote unhealthy habits. Will the agreeers please step forward?
Body positivity can promote unhealthy habits. Agree. Everybody walk up.
I think blind body positivity can be harmful. If it's just like always like, don't ever consider any possibility that you could change something or improve your quality of life. Just blindly accept yourself. I think that's where it can get kind of toxic.
I don't look like how I looked when I was 20. So body positivity is encouraging yourself to accept you're going to transform eventually. When you're 40, when you're 50, you're going to get wrinkles, all these things. So yeah, definitely body positivity should have taken another route instead of just saying it's for bigger people, because it's not. It's for all the variety of people that need to accept you're changing.
Yeah, I think the pendulum has switched to the furthest extreme. I think body positivity was created because there wasn't a space for people who could have acceptance in bigger bodies. And I think it's just gone to the furthest extreme now. And
Like, women come in all shapes and sizes, right? And every woman is beautiful. And I think that you should really be confident in your body and the way that you look, wake up feeling your best. But I feel like especially on social media and in society today, this body positivity movement, I've seen like multiple times where there's like obese women promoting body positivity, and it's like I wouldn't want like my
What's
kid.
obese for you?
It's like an unhealthy lifestyle.
No,
like
obese, what's obese for you?
obese, like a medic, like
Bro, do you guys not know what obese means? Or like what fat mean? Like it's not like a real, you know what I mean? It's never been like a good thing. It's literally you're unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have to go to the doctor or like it prevents you from doing certain things, it is a bad thing, right? That doesn't mean like you gotta hate people that are fat. But I'm just saying, like, it is unhealthy. Like, that is what obese means. Like, you're going to get mad at us because we're using the word that identifies. What are we talking about here? Of course I wouldn't want my kid to be unhealthy. What are we talking about? Like, this isn't even bad. Like,
medically
If you see me, you consider me obese?
I wouldn't say that you're obese, but it's like medically,
So,
you know.
so like for
So you're
example,
medically obese though? Yes.
I've been medically obese since I was like 12 and I was not obese.
Well, does anybody here?
So
what does that even mean?
What they mean by medically obese?
Exactly.
Well,
like,
at like when you go to the doctor's office and you get weight on a scale and they'll tell you, oh, you're a little bit overweight, or they'll say you're morbidly obese, you're
Because of your
whatever
height.
things. So like, like if you look at me, you would be like, oh, she's a little plus size, but I am technically considered obese
So
by my doctors.
I was obese at, I think it's 30 BMI. Now the BMI, we've come to learn that it's a little bit tricky now.
Right. It's not the most accurate.
Right.
But that's what it's based off.
But so
Right.
correct. But now that when I was a size 14, I was considered obese. It's smaller than we think.
I think an obese person, and this is not, calling absolutely anybody obese, but I think a person that can be considered obese will not be able to go on walks. They will lose their breath. For me, because I am a person that I'm big, but like I said, I'm still able to go on hikes and I will
like,
lose my
bro,
breath.
look at these cope. That's a cope, bro. You're trying to cope to make yourself feel better, bro. And it's obvious. You're not fooling nobody. The only reason people would go with you on that is because they're trying to cope as well, bro. What did you even just say? Like, you think you're a scientist? You think you're writing what obesity? What are we talking about, dude? Nobody gives a fuck about what you think obesity is. Who cares? There's a definition on the word. We don't need what you think the word means. What are we talking about, dude?
I can go on runs, I can exercise. So if for the
you're-
doctors, I'm obese because of the
Yes.
size and the stuff that I
Yes.
am. For the doctors,
Yes.
For me, it is not the way that it works because an obese person, I've had friends who are skinnier than me. We go on walks and they're losing their breath.
So for you, obesity is just the health parameter of how physical you can be. For you. It's not a physical manifestation of the body.
When that doctor says that bad word, he's looking on a chart versus saying you
How
can't.
many people
but
have
he's
been
saying,
bad
but listen,
diagnosed?
he's not saying you're ill and you can't walk up that hill.
I've
you,
had
you
doctors
go,
say that to
you go,
me.
I
That's
have
the
that.
thing. I've had doctors
I'm
say that
obese
to
and I
me.
can still walk
So-
up that hill, and that's what's fabulous about it, right? It doesn't automatically mean you're ill, but also down the road, absolutely, it's going to mean you're ill. lucky with your genetics currently, down the road, it's not going to be the same
But
story.
this is the thing, you think they're genetics. But since I was really young, I'm active. I'm an active woman.
I never said you're not active.
No, I know. But I'm just responding to what you're saying. I know you're not saying that I'm not active. I'm responding to what you're saying about the doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I have had doctors tell me that.
They'll tell you what?
That I'm obese and that I
Yes.
cannot exercise, that why am I not exercising, why am I not doing the effort. There's doctors that have bad diagnosed me for things that I've never had. And I've gotten medicated for things that I've never had. So it's like,
Right.
it's
Well,
everybody, it's
they're
different.
killing us too. So
Just we went down a tangent.
Yeah.
For that. I want to.
Oh my God, you
we're
look so
talking about body positivity, whether
Yes.
we think it promotes unhealthy habits. We're gonna bring in our disagreeer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I didn't step forward because I really hate the toxicity that has come from people being like, oh, body positivity promotes obesity and blah, blah, blah. I hate that so much. I think there is like the minutest people who are doing that. The vast, vast majority, I do not think promote obesity. Body positivity to me is just loving your body, accepting your body how it is, and not hating yourself. Like, you shouldn't have to wake up every day because you're 400 pounds and hate yourself. Like, you know, I don't think anybody should be hating themselves. So that to me is what body positivity is about. And it's also
shit. Like,
about
what?
equality in how people are treated. Like, for example,
That's-
Lizzo gets called out so much on like, oh my God, she's out there with her ass and stuff. Like, ugh, it's so disgusting. But Chapel Roan, who, God, I love Chapel Roan, was at Gumball and came out as Statue of Liberty and had her ass out. Did not see a single person online saying, oh, so why does she have her ass out? You know, it's like, it's a double standard. People inherently hate fat bodies and don't think they should be seen in
I
society.
actually disagree with that because I do see people.
Because, bro, no, like, can we be dead ass? Like, you big women up here want fucking a Chris Hemsworth type of dude. Like, I'm okay. Let's be for real here. No, like, let's be for real. Like this is just girl math. Like, when somebody says girl math, this is girl math. Remember what she just said, bro. Yeah, right here. This is Aura right here. And then we go to somebody like, I mean, like, okay. Okay, well, I mean, he's, okay. No, let's get a old. Yeah, I mean, like, of course, like, if we're gonna flip this scenario, right? You're talking about Lizzo shaking her ass and then some other bad bitch shaking her ass. Which one of these dudes, right, would you want to see? I'm talking to the women here. I'm not talking to dudes at all, okay? Which dude would you want him to whip his Johnson out and just swing it around? And don't tell me any of you guys say Jonah Hill. My point's proven. Like, what are we talking about? Obviously the one that is more fit, being overweight is unhealthy. Like, that's not even like me being mean. That's not even me being mean. How is that me being mean? It's true. It's literally true. You can look it up.
People hating on Chapel Rowan for the way that she looks and her outfits, and there's going to be hate on both sides.
Oh, of course, there's
That
going to be
is
hate, but I meant like the volume of hate that Lizzo gets compared to Chapel Roan. Like, I would say, like, it's much smaller. Like, you constantly hear about like, Lizzo, and you know.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
about
And
Lizzo.
also
Okay,
just
one of
like-
the-
Back to Lizzo.
one of the
An example right here. Just the chairs. Look at the chairs. Who is sitting normally on the chairs and who it like looks uncomfortable or kind of looks weird, looks like they're kind of like. I'm just being honest though. Like, everybody's thinking it, nobody's saying it. And you're like, oh, why are you thinking that? That's fucked up. You think the same thing. You're just trying to make yourself feel bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
She's lost weight too.
I know.
She's lost a lot of weight right now.
One of
getting
the
the
few times I
posters.
saw her streaming, she had this gorgeous cake was gifted to her, enormous. Went in with it with a fork and was eating constantly and talking to the camera while she was streaming. The volume of the cake that she ate, I just went, oh my God, how many people are watching this? This is absolutely, it was a horrible representation. I hated every moment of it. What do you have to say about that?
Well, my question would be, if there was a thin person doing that, would you have had that same
Yes.
reaction?
Yeah.
Okay, then I think it's more about, like, she's not promoting obesity by eating cake on camera. She's just, you know, eating cake
But
on camera.
if she's a representation of body positivity and she's behaving this way, is that promoting
Have you
negative
noticed
light?
that she just posted a video that she lost weight? Like,
No,
that
no,
was-
absolutely don't. I
She just posted
absolutely
a
not.
video,
I
she
absolutely
lost
did not.
weight, you can see the
Because
difference.
I don't want her in my
So
algorithm.
it was just probably that one day that you saw her doing that, but that doesn't identify her as a whole person.
Yeah, in defense of Lizzo, not sometimes I want to be like, in defense of her, I have seen her post like, oh, here's a green smoothie that I got, or here's me with my salad, or like, here I am at the gym. I think there is this weird stigma where people that are overweight have to be perfect all the time. They can never just like, you know, just have a cake. And I agree it's gorging. I agree it's not great.
You
I'm
should.
not saying.
you should. You're the one worried about it. You're the one worried about what everybody else thinks. So yeah, I mean, like, bro, you probably shouldn't be eating that cupcake, bro. Why should that skinny person get to eat that cupcake and I don't get to eat that cupcake? You just said it. You just said why. You literally just said it.
That's great.
That's
Not
too
great.
much.
But I'm saying that like this
Am
one
I
instance of her
stupid?
doing
No.
this
Am I stupid? No, I'm not. I'm not stupid. I'm not
amidst all her
stupid,
other
no.
ones of her trying to be healthy.
Can I go on the opposite side of that, like with Lizzo? There's like Eugenia Cooney. She's a very
Yes,
petite, tiny
Eugenia.
woman. Why are people saying, "Oh, good job, Lizzo"? Like, good job for eating healthier. But like when Eugenia Cooney's like trying to eat something, like
But is Eugenia Cooney allowed to have hashtag body positivity?
she does sometimes. So
Is
she promotes herself literally wearing like tiny
Because we're-
outfits, showing her body.
That was my whole point. Is like these extremes are hijacking it.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
think
They're not
like,
good representation.
yeah,
No.
that, like the algorithm, they will push out the most extreme cases because they get the most views, and it's
Right.
what people want to see.
Yes, it's dangerous.
Including these conversations. Although this one's pretty reasonable. All right, let's reset.
No matter who you are, there's no denying that injuries can really put a damper on your everyday life. Like seriously, you find yourself getting injury cases silly, unless you got
like
more
how
than
y'all put the timer at
Now,
the end,
let's
though.
get back to the video.
Forward.
Wait, what did I say?
I have taken a weight loss drug. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I guess everybody's perfect.
I'm like trying to see like what do we define as drugs?
I think we're talking about the
Like
weight-
Ozempic?
What are we talking about? What do we define as drug? I cannot stand this lady. What do we define as drug? Like, what are you talking about, bro? There's a definition for drug, and you know what applies and what doesn't apply, bro.
Yeah, wait. Well, any
Like diet pills?
any drug that you've taken. Sorry. Yeah, come on in. Let's hear your story.
Well, what do we define as drug? Shut up.
I've used weight loss drugs before. I knew the power of them in college, and that you could get them over the counter, but they were incredibly strong and probably needed to be controlled at that time. But I was just so obsessed with my body size. I've pretty much my whole life, and that's just the culture, American culture that I was raised in and lived in. And so I would try drastic means, and I've done things that would just get you super wired. Even as an adult, once I figured out how to eat, I gained the weight back during the lockdown, like a lot of people did.
She just said
And I
when
go,
she
"Gosh, I'm so
found out how to
upset," and
eat?
I took a
What? Wait, I'm confused, actually. Hold up. What does that even mean?
that would just get you super wired. Even as an adult, once I figured out how to eat, I gained the weight back during the lockdown, like a lot of people.
What does that even mean? When I found out how to eat? But that's the craziest excuse I've ever heard in my life. Ever.
People did. And I go, gosh darn, I was so upset. And I took a prescription weight loss drug that was prescribed by a doctor, and I was able to drop the weight quickly. I use it as a biohack. I use it short term just to get the weight off, because once the weight is off, now it's on you. You have to know how to
this
eat.
is more recently.
Yep, and this is absolutely recent.
Was
too.
it like Ozempic, something like that?
Phentermine. You can get it prescribed. It's a controlled substance. It's hardcore, but it takes the thought process out of your mind. That thing, that monster that always tells you you're gonna get your next serotonin kick by that food, and you're hyper focused on eating, and it takes that monster, it stops talking. So now when the monster stops talking, you go, I can control this. I can make changes in my lifestyle in order to make healthier decisions to keep the weight off that I just lost with this drug. And
Do you see how many copes she just threw? Everything she just said was a cope mechanism, bro. Well, actually, this is what it did for me, man. This is why it was good, and this is why it actually wasn't that bad, because it just kind of like turns off your brain and then makes you not want to eat. And then hold up, let's see the side effects. How about? I bet she doesn't say shit about that. Let's see the side effects. Hold up.
Was it like Ozempic, something like that?
Phentermine.
Ventermine. The fuck. Ventermine. Fenter. Oh, it's fentanyl? Phentermine, a prescription appetite suppressant, has a range of potential side effects from common to minor issues. Bro, tell me then. Dry mouth, trouble sleeping, headache, or dizziness. Wait, whoa. Let's read exerstomnia, insomnia, restlessness, or hyperactivity. These are the side effects for this weight loss drug up here that this lady's not gonna mention. Also, headaches or dizziness, gastrointestinal issues such as constipation, diarrhea, or upper stomach, increased heart rate. What does that say? Tachycardia or heart palpitations, increased blood pressure, nervousness, or jittery feelings, change in sex drive or erectile dysfunction, unpleasant taste in mouth. See, that was just those are common side effects. Serious side effects. Signs of allergic reactions, okay. Heart or lung problems, shortness of breath, chest pain, pounding, heartbeat, swelling in ankles or feet, or feeling faint. dangerously high blood pressure, dangerously. Severe headache, blurred vision, anxiety, or chest pain. Mental mood changes, severe confusion, irritability, unusual thoughts or behaviors, or thoughts of self-harm. All of this instead of going to the gym for like a few years. And then what happens when you get off? Those are side effects if you get off of it. When stopping. Yeah, when you stop. Depression, severe fatigue, increased appetite, irritability, anxiety, and intense cravings. I mean, bro, they're like putting it all in front of you guys' faces. Is it worth your life? Wait. Hold up. What other problems or can phentermine cause cancer? Oh, it's not even studied enough. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, you can get cancer from fucking anything, so, I mean, fuck it.
You can get it prescribed. It's a controlled substance. It's hardcore, but it takes the thought process out of your mind. That thing, that monster that always tells you you're gonna get your next serotonin kick by that food, and you're hyper-focused on eating, and it takes that monster, stops talking. So now, when the monster stops talking, you go, I can control this. I can
I bet she's still taking that medicine, bro.
make changes in my lifestyle in order to make healthier decisions to keep the weight off that I just lost with this drug. And yeah.
I was so desperate to lose weight. I was like on TikTok scrolling through, and like they were sharing like, oh, this drug does this and this is that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just blindly buy this thing, and showed up at a horrible time.
What kind of drug it was?
It was a pill that I took, and it like suppressed my want to eat food. But it also like had some really bad side effects. Like when I would eat, I would feel sick after, and I realized like, oh, I'm feeling horrible all the time and having this energy low and like just feeling physically sick.
How long were you on it?
I was on it for.
See, this girl's trying to be a
Weight.
doctor or
I
some shit.
lost some weight, but as soon as I got off of it, I gained all of that weight back. I gained
You have to know what to do once you're there.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do?
Exactly. It was like the crutch, and like you just relied on it so much, and then once it was gone, you had to do your own thing, and
you have to figure it out.
You had to figure it out, and the pill was doing all that for you. And then for me, I gained more weight than I lost when I was on it.
Let's bring in our disagreeers.
So I've heavily considered taking Ozempic, but I've decided not to because you either have to stay on that drug long term, keep those effects, or if you get off of it, most people are gonna gain the weight back. So I'm no longer interested in anything that is not a complete lifestyle change. Like for me, I have learned over the years that I would prefer to be fat and happy than thin and miserable. So like right now, I'm just trying to, eat less processed food, stay away from like sodas and stuff for the most part. But I will never count calories, or because to me that leads to disordered eating habits.
For you?
For me personally, yes. I'm not talking for everybody. I'm not talking for everybody, but for me personally, and I do think for a lot of people, it can lead to disordered eating.
Kind of circling back to the topic about taking weight loss drugs. Hell no, I would never take a weight loss drug. I worked really hard for my body, and I'm like a very big believer in that phrase. Like, if you wanted to, you could. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you be so much happier if you lost the weight and you look back on it and it was like, yeah, like I did that.
Exactly.
That was 100% all me. I didn't need no help. I didn't need no cheat codes. Like, this was the work that I put in, and I got the results that I wanted.
And that was the mindset that I wish that I had before I took the drugs.
Yeah.
Because I was super naive. I was 18 years old,
Right.
and I had no knowledge about anything. And I was looking for a quick fix because all these people were telling me, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to do this. And that was in my own household. So it was my family telling me this, along with my friends and everything like that.
It's a lifestyle change ultimately. These are tools that you can utilize, but if you are not changing your lifestyle to go with it, then what will happen for you?
Right.
And so I think that's really ultimately what it is. If you're not ready to commit to the lifestyle change, using these tools is not going to help you.
When people do these quote unquote shortcuts, a lot of the time, mentally, they're not there. So they lose the weight, and then they're still
Not fixing the problem.
Exactly. Yeah. It was this quick fix, and now that it's, they get off it, everything mentally, that they were at when they were at a bigger weight is still there because they didn't put in that mental work, doing it on their own.
For example, we gotta reset. I'm getting the signal. Fit women are more attractive than fat women. Will the agreeers please?
1,000,000%.
I would definitely agree. Fit women are more attractive than
God,
plus-size women.
bro.
Only because me having this body, it shows that I can commit to something, right? And it shows that I'm hardworking. So I feel like men looking at my body can see, oh, okay, she's dedicated. She's put in the work, and that can be an attractive quality that men see.
Because, bro, a lot of times, like, you think about it, you go through life and you meet a lot of different types of people and you build kind of a pattern for what those people are like most of the time. So when you meet them, you're not completely caught off guard. It's not like a bad thing. It's just like pattern recognition, bro. So I've seen that the bigger ones are usually, they care less about their hygiene. They care less about their body. They care less about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's representation, bro. I would 100% more get with a girl that's fit than obese and unhealthy. Like, what? Is that bad for me to say? No, because what is it? You guys are all about standards. And I don't want a big girl.
I would definitely go for like a more muscular.
I don't got a problem. I'm cool with y'all. I dab you up, but that's not my preference, bro.
So that kind of shows that we have something in common, something that we can work on together.
So gym dates.
Yeah, gym dates for sure.
All right, thank you. Can we bring in the disagreeers?
I feel like I'm gonna get flamed alive right now. It's all good.
I'm bisexual, so I love
girl
women.
material.
I love
Yes,
women.
yes, all the bisexuals.
I think all women are beautiful. I've had relationships with women that are fit, that are not fit, variety. And I can tell you that personality-wise, the skinniest ones and the most beautiful ones have had a personality that I cannot work with. Me, personally, me. So, and it comes from a place that the way that I grew up, the way that they grew up, thoughts, minds, you surround yourself with people that you like, that is like you. Your personality has more beauty than the way that you look.
Your physical looks will disappear. My grandma, she used to
It's
be
not
very
about
petite, tiny.
looks, though. It's about, are you healthy? Like, bro, this ain't healthy. I'm just being honest, Jade. I'm not even trying to be mean. Shorty, I bet you're beautiful, but dang, you don't even got a neck, bro. I'm not even trying to be mean, bro. Like, are we serious? Anybody in the world is taking down this over there. Like that's not even me being mean, bro. Because I'm going to get flamed for saying this. But, bro, this is facts. Like, no, that's just no bullshit. Like, just like, even if we couldn't talk or anything and you just, like, woke up one day, no thoughts in the face, and you saw both of these in front of you, one's in the right side, one's in the left side, you're probably going to go to this one. It's it.
Women grew up in the Philippines. My grandpa the same way. Now they're a little bigger. They're more comfortable. 50 years later, still in love. My grandpa always makes jokes. Like, when I remember growing up, he was like, "This is Burger King and this is McDonald's. I'm the king and I'm loving it." And I'm like, that's my grandpa. He showed me, like, you can appreciate a woman through all the changes, you know? Like, exactly. And that's why I love, like, I could be, once I get skinny, like, my boyfriend can still love me, but maybe he loves me more because how I am personally.
I think people like to be like, oh, it's always going to be the fit woman is more attractive than the plus size woman. I just don't think that's true. Like, there's a lot of beautiful fit women. There's also a lot of not very beautiful ones.
Right.
You know what I mean? To assume that size will always equal more attractive, I just think is like silly. It's a case by case basis.
Because I'm more on the healthy side.
Well, you can be thin and not healthy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. But the biggest issue I have with what you said.
You guys think I would look better if I was big? Does anybody in the world think that? Would anybody in the world? We could do a poll. And genuinely give them some fucking throw some truth serum in them, because everybody just wants to lie because they're fucking smelly. But would I look better fat? No.
I disagree with you. I think as a fit girl as well, fit girlies, I still disagree with you because there's beautiful women who are in bigger bodies. Like, I feel like it's an arrogance almost to be like, oh, because I'm fit, I'm more attractive. Like, that's it's ridiculous.
No, it's very true.
And the biggest issue I have was what you said about men being attracted to you more just because you're fit. I think that that's basing your worth on a man. And I'm married, as a married woman saying that, I just don't understand what that has to do with the principle of just physical attractiveness. It has nothing to do with if someone else.
What are you talking about, bro? She's saying that she didn't like that because she based it off of a man. We're talking about attractiveness. What else would she base it off of? What is she talking about her attractiveness from, bro? No. Like, bro, I'm not gonna let this video make me stupid, bro. What is she talking about? No shit.
Deems you as attractive is like just solely based on the physical. So I 100% disagree with you.
I was debating actually stepping forward because of just what society has taught me my whole life is like, fit is more beautiful, fit is more beautiful, fit is more beautiful. And I've really had to work on unlearning that, like, for so
Why
many years.
is that though? Why do you have to unlearn it?
So many years when I was like, 19, 20, I was like, oh, the reason I'm not in a relationship is because I'm fat. Like, I need to lose weight and then I'll become in a relationship, then someone will love me. And I thought that for so many years. And like, my self-confidence was like down here. And I really had to work on unlearning.
Bro, like, why are these girls lying? Like, all this shit is bullshit. If you think about this, if this girl right here was with her man, right, could be a month, 2 months, right? And fucking Duke Dennis strolls on past and gives her that. I'm Duke Dennis, right? He hits her with one of those, bro. She's gone. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Or she's gonna feel some type of way, and the only reason she wouldn't go is because she knows she couldn't maintain it. Why? Because she's not on his level, bro. And that's just facts.
That. And I'm still trying to unlearn that. But like I have learned over the years that people are attracted to different things. So if you ask one person, they're going to tell you, oh, this is what I'm attracted to. And if you ask someone else, they might have a completely different answer. So I think
maybe as far as race, but when it comes to size, the only reason people are settling for size is because they're settling. They have to, because they're the same. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
attractiveness is subjective. I think when it comes to society 100% says skinnier is better.
I mean, I hear a lot of what you're saying, but I'm curious. Anybody want to share
Why
what
is
is
that?
the type of body that you're attracted
why
to?
does society in general say that?
Well, I don't know. There's people who are attracted to different. So whether it's men or women.
Why is being obese unhealthy? Because it's not a good thing, bro. That means it's. I mean, that means it's not a good thing, bro.
And what kind of bodies are you attracted to?
Because I've been smaller and bigger. I am tall. I already am eliminating a majority of people because I'm one taller man than me. But you know what? Somebody on your show, Zach Miko,
Was that the tall guy?
it was a model.
Oh, yeah.
It's a plus size model. He was
Yes.
cute.
So it's like
Yeah, but he's not obese.
Model.
That dude's not obese. This dude is not obese right here. If this is what they're calling obese, this dude ain't obese. If he's a taller dude with a little bit more, like, this ain't obese. What are we talking about? This is like, this dude looks like a fucking, like a, I don't know, he looks like he played fucking football fucking 7 years ago, dude.
Yes. So it's like I have dated some fantastically gorgeous men, but when I feel most comfortable in myself and I can feel just kind of let it all out is a guy that's has some cushion. Gym people for
Because so that's why the girls get with the ugly dudes, bro. They could just bitch them around, bro. Cause they're more, they know that they're more. You know what I'm saying? That the girl knows that they're more when they get with
gym people. And that kind of seems like unattainable, not my vibe.
No, I appreciate the specificity.
So I do have a type, but also like I've never dated before. So I'd say like my type goes from I like my type goes from like Prince Eric to Fluffy. Yes, the comedian Fluffy. I just feel like I could like hug him. Like he would give the best hugs and be like the best person.
It's a very
like,
wide range.
Yeah, very wide range of
A lot of
infinites to that. But like I don't discriminate against like body type or anything like that.
It's funny because for me as a bisexual.
Why though? Because, bro, as a big person, why would you get with another big person anyway? Because then your kid's just going to be massive. Like, I'm not even being mean. That's just genuinely true, bro. It's kind of sad. Like, wouldn't you want to, like, help yourself or, like, not give your kid that life? Like, instead of being like, you know, it doesn't matter if my kid's big. I'm just going to make them big and then try to teach them their whole life that being big is perfectly, like, why not just, like, try to do better? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's sad. You're putting your trauma onto your child, bro. That shit's sick, bro.
Women, like what I like in women versus what I like in men is like very different. So men, I'm very much like you. Like dad bods are kind of like what I'm the most attracted to. I don't want someone like super big, but I also don't like super skinny or like super buff. Like you have a little muscle, that's fine, but like really buff guys, like not my thing. But for women, I like way more different kinds of women, like thin, big, like I don't know. I'm just way more attracted. I think when it comes to different kinds of women, like when I'm swiping on dating apps, like I'll maybe swipe on like 1 in every 20 men, and like women it's like 1 in 5. Women I just think overall are much more beautiful than men. Like even
and we have better profiles. Let's get this.
Yes, that too.
All right, let's reset. It's okay for models to set a high standard for body image. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I did some modeling as a kid and as a teenager, and even now as an adult, I did pinup. There's definitely like a high expectation and standard, especially like in runway modeling and things like that, because they push out these clothing and they only do it in certain sizes. There's standards that different companies have that they want to push out certain things. So like for pinups, they want you to look a certain way, they want you to do your makeup a certain way, they want you to dress a certain way for that style. And same thing for like Victoria's Secret, they want to promote lingerie, and there's a standard for each company, and they have to live up to that standard based on what they're trying to promote.
And personally for me, I always looked up to thin people. I always found them very beautiful. I was like, I want to be able to look like a Victoria's Secret model one day. It's okay to have a higher standard of beauty because it makes you want like, oh, I want to work harder on myself to achieve that type of body goal. I might not look exactly like them, like with the hips and everything, but I want to be able to look a healthy version of myself that looks something like that.
I think it's okay for models to have a higher standard of beauty because we are attracted to attractive things. A model is selling something. They're being hired to sell something, and they're going to make it, hey, look at this. Look at the dress I'm wearing. And you as a consumer, you don't want to look at somebody that is going to go, ugh, I don't even want to look at that person. What were they selling? I don't know.
Let's bring in our disagreeers.
Valid,
More
bro. She's
disagreeers
just
than I
saying what's true,
I completely disagree.
bro.
I think we all forgot what modeling industry has done for women in our society. I think we kind of went blank for a second. I'm a journalism major. I have a degree in journalism, and growing up with certain magazines, and those women, just because they were thin does not mean they were healthy. Have y'all ever seen America's Next Top Model?
Yes.
There's a lot of detrimental things that were happening within that society, within that community. And I agree with you. Yes, we all want to look at something aesthetically pleasing, but that
Valid.
varies. Also, the modeling industry is known for not being diverse. Hello.
Valid,
So
'cause
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of girls will put on like a corset and shit and try to get like skinnier and like they want like the crazy eyelashes or they want like the same brows or you know what I'm saying? And they just end up putting a bunch of makeup on and then they look. That's not even what you look like, bro. Like that's literally not even what you look like. Like, bro, if you're one of those girls that puts on hella makeup and then you try to say something about a man, bro, like, take your makeup off and then talk. Like, I literally don't care.
We just like blacked out
It's
for a
very
second.
diverse now.
Now.
It was not when I started.
Like, this lady up here, like, you need to take all of this makeup off. Just the lip gloss may be fine, but, like, even though, like, it's just doing too much. Take that.
Yeah,
off.
but it's not that diverse now either. It's evolved.
She's valid. I don't think she has really any makeup on. She don't look like she's got too much makeup on either. But it's like, this way too much. This ain't, like, none of these girls really look like they have a lot of, maybe her, she's got a decent amount. She, not too much, I don't think, actually.
But I wouldn't go as far as saying it's that diverse. But I think that it can be very detrimental as a young woman. I think the body positivity movement kind of was created in juxtaposition because of the modeling industry of the 90s, early 2000s, how toxic that was.
I do think we have come a long way, but we still have like much further to go. The average size of a woman in the United States is a size 16. So why are we not seeing that reflected more on runways and modeling and stuff? You know, I also have issues with it when it comes to a lot of plus size modeling too, because a lot of plus size models, they have the curves, but they have no belly. And that's so unrealistic for most plus size women, where it's like, most plus size women, if you are a size 20 like I am, you're gonna have a stomach. And
most of those photos have been photoshopped.
Yeah, or they even put padding on smaller models to make them look bigger.
The standards keep changing. How many models do they need to show all the different body types that for this to sell one dress?
Sounds like there's a tension between the market. If the data says more
Right.
people click on this body, even if it's unrealistic,
Right.
put that body in the ad.
Yes.
But what you're saying is that's unfair representation of the true customer.
Yeah, exactly. Because then I'll like buy something that I saw on a plus size model who has a flat stomach, and then I put it on, and I'm like, oh, I hate this because it's clinging to like all the wrong parts. I just want to.
Then don't buy that kind of dress.
It doesn't have to look.
Bro, you shouldn't be able to get everything. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's never enough, bro. Then you shouldn't be able to get that kind of dress. I'm sorry. Get like, lose a little bit of weight. Like, it's just that. It's literally just that. I like.
Exactly like me.
I think for a long time people thought that diversity in sizes wasn't marketable. Like, I can't make money from showing all this diversity of sizes, but I think that there are new brands coming like Savage X.
I guarantee none of these skinny girls have a problem with that. Guarantee it.
With Rihanna, she has proven that you can have diverse bodies and you can still market and sell. And let's be real, most consumers are not the models. They look different.
Women should be fit enough to protect themselves. Will the agreeers step forward?
This is something that I always say. Listen, no shame to people that are thinner, but I just think you're so vulnerable when you're thin. Like if you're petite and you're frail and you're not strong enough to fight back, I don't think that's safe for you. I'm a proponent of like building.
Women shouldn't be fighting, bro. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to fight. If you in what position are you gonna fight a man and win? Nah, real shit. And I'm just saying that because I love women. I'm saying that because I love women. I don't want to see y'all fight. I don't like when women fight in the UFC or boxing. Like, yes, you guys are good, but like, damn, like you don't need to be competing and like really. What are you fighting for? You guys are like supposed to be like, you know what I mean? Like just women. Like you don't need to fight. That's like what the fuck? Like the women didn't go out and hunt the fucking deer and all the food back in the day. They didn't go kill the alligator, you know what I'm saying? You guys shouldn't have to. You weren't born with those traits, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all just want to do everything.
That
bro.
way you're sturdy. That way if someone tries to come up on me, they're going to feel something.
I think we shouldn't have to.
Yes.
Like it sucks that we're in a society that we do, but we have to.
Yes.
You're prone to danger at any moment. Know some punches, know some blocks. I don't know, but yeah, definitely stay prepared.
Yeah, as someone who trains kickboxing, boxing, and Muay Thai at our facility.
Yes, you should be trained. I think that women should train, but I'm not saying I don't think you should be like really like competing or like looking for fights, like or like fighting women. I think like if the time arises and you really need to, then like yeah, but like
we do offer like women's self-defense classes, and like no matter like what body size you are. I highly recommend every single woman to take at least one class just so you know the basics and just like for your own protection.
Well, I got attacked by a dog once when I was on a walk. I came out of this house and it came after me, and I was with a group of friends. Of course, it comes up to the big ones. Don't get me wrong, but it was scary. I couldn't run away from that problem, but my friends were able to, and that came to my mind like, oh my gosh, I'm not good at cardio. I know what I need to prove more on. You need to be able to carry yourself, pull yourself up, like, you know, run.
Even for your kids, you know, an emergency, your kid is swallowing something and it got stuck, or you know, everything around you needs your full potential energy. So yeah, definitely everybody work on their own pace and just make sure that you work on things that are going to help you and stay safe because it's dangerous.
Not to be an easy target.
Aside from dogs, which, has anyone ever been in a situation where they've had to defend themselves?
I can talk about it because it doesn't hurt anymore, but when I was young, I did get molested, and it's fine, I'm over it. I know it wasn't my fault. See, I work with my brain a lot, so for me, I was laying down, and it was more of a like situation where I couldn't move because of what everything was that was happening around me, and my thoughts were just like, I need to find a way.
Why is she relating? I'm sorry. That is a traumatic experience, but that's so unnecessary to talk about right now. It has nothing to do with the question. Women should be fit enough to protect themselves. You were a little girl. You were not a woman. I'm sorry. So it's like, she's about to go on a rant. Like,
I need to find a way to push this person from me, and I was 13, so it was like, you know what?
Impossible.
Pray. Because there was a cousin sleeping next to me, and I was like, please have her move so I can move. And she did. And as
Why can't you say anything?
soon as she moved, I found a way to just push him. Like, I found the courage to push him off. It came from, I don't know where, but it came. And whatever happened after that. So it is a
Whatever happened after, I'm confused, bro. No. Like, is that a real story, bro? I'm just gonna choose to believe it's a real story, because, bro, if you would make some shit like that up,
situation
then
where
I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm not.
As women, we are subject to not just men, but to a lot of people, and where we need to find a way to protect ourselves, and not just us, as we're growing older. Like, we should be showing our children how to and who not to trust, instead of judging them, instead of expecting from them. You should be teaching them to find their way and what works for them, to find the courage to save themselves from whatever is going to be a struggle for them in the future.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that story.
I have abused my body. Will the agreeer step forward?
Personally, for me, I've always suffered with anxiety and depression since I was young. I haven't grown up in the best areas. I used to self-harm in different ways. I suffered with like purging and everything, and like actual like physically cutting myself. Sometimes I even attempted to like burn myself. When I look in the mirror, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? And I was 13, 12, and around this time, I do not like the way I look. I'm not happy right now. And like the only thing I have control of, because I don't have money, I can control what I can do to myself. And it wasn't until like I got older and I started studying mental health, I started studying like different like ways you can take care of yourself with the resources I had. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not the best with my mind right now. And there's other opportunities I can control those bad thoughts to let them out.
What were some of the tools that were most helpful to you?
Meditation really was a big thing for me. I loved meditating. Whenever I had those,
This shit goes out the window though. Like, they say they try to like love themselves and they try to accept themselves, but you still put makeup on, which means you don't like how you look naturally, or because it makes you look better, or it makes you look more appealing. Like, why else would you put it on? Because I like it. Why do you like it? You ever thought about that? Where did that come from? Why do you like it? Because other people like it, dumbass. Like, if you really cared, you would just go outside, bro. Right? Like, I mean, like, what?
Noise?
Because she just said she would look in the mirror and not like how she looks. But now she's gotten to a point where she's learned about self-respect and accepting herself. But yet, obviously,
like those just thoughts in my head, like just talking. And I'm like, close your eyes, inhale, exhale, and just breathe. Just find your center and calm yourself. That's really helped me a lot.
Addiction is the disease that tells your brain that the problem is the solution. My biggest addiction was food, and and you get a serotonin kick. Everybody has a vice because that's something cheap and fast. At some point, you're not a victim anymore. Like, you're actually doing it to yourself. This lifestyle of this and up and down, and how I even abused myself, how I used to talk to myself, and you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not thin enough. You know, you're never enough. Until I changed the way I spoke to myself, did changes ever happen and maintain.
Abuse my body a lot by being an emotional eater. Like, I'm a very emotional person. Actually, I just found out last year that I have BPD. Ever since I was a teenager, I have struggled heavily with depression and suicidal thoughts, like, all the time. Yeah, I have abused my body over the years, and I'm trying to love myself more, take better care of myself.
Don't try, just do it.
Well, you say that, but it can be hard.
Make it easy. Make it easy. Make it easy to speak to yourself in a kind way.
Yeah.
I just got upset because you
Facts.
don't want to be on this. You're a gift. How dare you take that beautiful gift away? How dare you? You're not allowed to do that anymore, okay? You're here. You have to speak to yourself kindly. Be nice to yourself.
She's on some David
Your family
Goggins.
members, how would they tell somebody else that's speaking to you that way to you? And you do it to yourself, that's not okay. You can change it, make a choice.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better over the years. That I'm much kinder to myself, and I wish I could like tell my younger self to like be kinder.
But you can tell her right now.
Oh,
You can
I do,
tell that
yeah.
baby right now, she's good enough and she's meant to be here.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to give you a hug because I relate to your story so much. I was an emotional eater too. I still am an emotional eater. I'm working on it so much. But like when I was getting bullied in middle school, like I was getting called fat and all these things, and I was literally getting notes handed to me saying that I was like a fat whale. It really messed me up and it made me attempt suicide a few times. And I was 12 years old, and it wasn't until after I attempted and my family found out, because now I don't think that way anymore. So I'm such a huge like advocate for mental health and
That's
just like
OD. Like there's like letting somebody know, like, hey, bro, you probably need to do something. And then there's like that, like that's bullying, like that's fucked up.
like love yourself. You have to love yourself in order to change things that you want to change.
Okay, I know you haven't spoken. Can I bring it this way? For the people who came in that disagrees with this prompt, what have been the most valuable tools or resources in your life to not abuse your body?
I think of like the highest version of myself, and I try to show up as her every single day. When I have dark thoughts or when things are hard, I'm like, okay, the highest version of Alyssa, like she's a baddie, she's disciplined, you know, she loves herself, and I kind of show up as her.
I 100% agree with that.
Manifestation.
I'm a very big believer in,
I
if you
like
say
that.
things out loud and manifest them, then they will come true. Because
Boom,
eventually
man,
you
she
do
just
end up
said
getting like
what
that
I said.
mentality switch, right? Like if you wake up and the first thing that you say to yourself, like in the mirror, is like, I'm ugly, you know? That's what you're gonna go about your entire day believing, you know? But maybe like writing something down, like having it like on the mirror and stuff, and starting every morning like smiling and with like positivity, then you'll carry that energy like through the entire day, the entire week, the entire month, and eventually like your entire life.
If you have a network of people that if you're feeling any kind of emotion or going through anything, having that kind of community to help you figure out how you can go about this without doing some detrimental harm to yourself, I think it's really amazing. And again, a privilege that I was able to have that. And if nothing else, I hope anyone watching this can really see and empathize, and like, you can't just look at someone and be like, oh, they're this and that, or they're lazy, or they don't work hard enough. Like, I think this conversation has just been so illuminating for me, and I hope it's illuminating for everybody.
For me, also, just adding to like what helped me get out of the depression that I had was I sat down and I cried. I would cry in my room and acknowledge the things I needed to change, even though it was going to cost me. And I had supporters like my family, my sister's my biggest supporter. I love you with all my heart. And you really need to work on yourself. Make a better choice. Change your body if it's necessary, if you can, but be healthy, because we're not getting any better. This world is just going to get harder. So we need to be healthy and prepared for whatever we need to do. You know, so yeah, work out safely, and you know, everybody, we hope you're healthy for like the longest time, because man.
I definitely agree with like letting out a good cry, because I was an emotional
I
eater.
cried a lot.
I was such an emotional eater. Like I held all of my emotions in, and what I would do is I would eat instead of letting that emotion out and recognizing the emotion. And it wasn't until like I let out that cry, I reached out to the people.
Yeah, you
and
reached out for help.
You reach out to the people that you trust and you feel the safest with. And I did that I started to realize like, oh, I need to change this. It isn't healthy to go to the food instead of going to the people. You got to go to your people.
I agree with that. The day after my mom passed, I just came back, literally like I took a plane back to California to be with my family while she was in her coma. And that day I was just like, you know what? My mom's gone. I want to be gone, you know? And the only person I really trust and love and care for and adore is my grandma. She is my rock. And I remember looking at her like, when we got home, I'm like, Grandma, I'm done. This is it. And she told me, and this is the only thing that keeps me going till this day, is the moment you're gone, I lost you, I lose your mom, I have no one. And reaching out to my grandma, telling her like, I'm ready to just end it. It made me realize like, if I keep hurting myself, I'm not just hurting myself, I'm hurting the people who love me the most. Making sure like, you know, when you're going through your hard spot, just know like, you're not alone in that. There's people around you who do truly love you, and they want you to reach out to them and tell them like what's going on with you. So I always recommend that. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, bro, no, for
She said,
real.
don't ever apologize.
Harming yourself or killing yourself is the most selfish, like, that's the most selfish thing you could do, bro. Like, bro, you care way too much about what you're supposed to be. Nah, I'm not even going to speak.
Ever, especially as a woman. Stop apologizing.
I love that.
Thank you all so much for the vulnerability and for sharing your opinions through the discussion. Thank you guys for
Whatever, buddy.